All right, guys, this is a repeated customer. We have a 2009 Ford Explorer Sport Trac with 102,991 miles on it. And the reason for this today um, is that this car has a parasitic drain. So I'm looking for the source to find the parasitic drain. Now, I did already replace the battery. This is the brand new battery. What I did was on the old battery, I did test the battery. It was completely dead. It was a mixture of the parasitic drain and then that extremely cold weather that we had here in Texas that absolutely killed the battery. So I already warranted this battery out, and now I am searching for where that um, parasitic drain is coming from. For those who don't know what a parasitic drain is, pretty much layman's term is something electrical is drawing power over time when it's not supposed to be, and it's as a result, it's killing the battery. So now what I have here, I have my vehicle. I have it set up in series to check for parasitic drain. So keep the positive terminal, don't even need to touch it. Disconnect the negative terminal. I have my negative lead connected to the negative terminal, and I am putting my red lead to the touch the negative terminal. And right now I am getting a reading of 1.3 amps. So something is drawing energy. Now, what I am going to do, I am going to figure out exactly what that source is that is causing that to happen. So, the first thing I'm going to do to make my life easier, I'm going to use this tool. Pretty much what it does, it reads signatures, right? Heat signatures. So you can see me, anything that draws heat, it's going to pop up red, i.e. me, you see, right? So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to scan to see what's giving off energy. And just so that you can see as well. So the first thing we're going to be looking at, let's look at the fuse. That fuse is blue, which means nothing over there is drawing power. We're going to move back. We can see that the battery is not drawing power. Now, we do see some red down here, and that's going to be the exhaust pipes, which I've already started up the car. Because my goal is to get it so that way I can see what is drawing that power. And obviously, you have the intake and also you have the exhaust. So that's going to be common. Um, so that is what's going to be drawing energy. Now, we see some red right here. And we're going to go ahead and investigate that. Now, we can see what's giving off some heat signatures. Well, that's coolant, guys. There is a coolant leak in this valley right here, and that is causing it to give off a lot of heat, which right here, this does connect into the radiator. So this is leaking. So I will inform the customer about that to get that repaired. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up in the fuse box because the front fuse box underneath the hood, like I said, there was no energy, nothing being powered that can draw power from there. Um, and I'm going to be pulling some fuses to see if I'm getting a difference in the reading. Remember, we were at 1.3. So I've already done some research to see what could possibly be drawing some energy off of this vehicle, and the customer did say that that their regulator in their door for the lock and unlock with the fob that they had on this, it randomly just continue actuating when it's not supposed to actuate. So I went ahead and I did find uh, two of the fuses that could be a um, possible reason to why uh, it could be drawing energy when it's not supposed to be. All right, let's go ahead and pull some fuses. The ones that I see, it's going to be a 20 amp fuse and a 5 amp fuse. Let's pull that 20 first. Here's what it looks like. Still in good shape, nothing's broken, obviously. Let's go ahead and check out that reading of 1.3. So the reading is still at 1.3. Let's go check the other one. Five 5 amp fuse. Let's go ahead and check that reading. So even after pulling both, we're still fluctuating between 1.3 amps and 1.2 amps. So we're going to need to continue looking. So now we're going to check this out. We're going to activate this so that way it locks and unlocks, because we want to test this actuator on this door in order to see if it's locking and unlocking like how it's supposed to. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock. This is going to be the driver's rear. Let's look at one that actually works. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to rule this out to see if this was the reason why we were having that fault of a parasitic drain. See that? It only goes up one way, but it does not return. It only goes down. So the lock actuator on the driver's front needs to be replaced. Once that's replaced, it can not only go up, it can also go down. And then we'll go ahead and put everything back together. As of right now, the only thing I took apart was the door jamb in order to get to that. So I've already spoken to the customer. The customer agreed that they want to go ahead and proceed. So now we are going to go ahead and take care of that. But just a quick recap. The things that I found, obviously there was a coolant leak in the valley of the engine. They need to also get a oil change. That oil change light reminder came on. And then obviously we're going to be replacing that actuator, door lock actuator. Once that happens and you don't have a faulty actuator, you won't ever have any more parasitic drains. Faultiness can mess up anything, guys. It is super important to know what you're doing. I take pride in calling myself a diagnostician because my greatest tool is my brain. One, you have to know what you're doing. All of these tools, you can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing, the tools are completely useless. So I will be back with you guys with a repair video. All right, so now we got the new part, so let's go ahead and start taking everything out. And this is going to be a T27. It's going to be 3 of them. All right, guys, so I already got the actuator off. What I am going to do, just because it is starting to get a little dark and I want to go inside and just be done with this, I will show you guys the main result. Here is the old, here's the new, and we're going to install it. I'll see you guys when it's done. All right, guys, everything is fully prepared. Now we are good. If you guys enjoyed this content, like and follow for more car repairs, and also don't forget to hype the video.